You bought that laser on your Amazon account for the person who killed Leslie Lawson. You wanted her dead. I want that bitch dead. Kill her. You say it. No one else said it. You bought gun parts for the gun that was used to kill her.
Friends, today we're going to learn that if you're going to murder someone, I urge you not to do it. But if you must do it, don't use Amazon. See, in April 2020, 50-year-old Leslie Lawson answered a knock on her front door. Two men came in claiming, "We've been involved in a car accident. Please help us." But then moments later, Leslie was shot and killed. Now at the center of this investigation was Eyionna Leary. It's her police interview I'm going to show you today. She's the mother of Leslie's grandchild. And Eyionna had been involved in a bitter dispute with Leslie's son, Jamal Lawson. He's the father of the child. Now at this moment, this interview took place a year after the murder. See, the men knocking on the door that I mentioned, Timothy Lucky Williams and Kerwin Draco Hurd, they had already been convicted for the murder. But then police went back through text messages and they went through her Amazon account and they bring her in for questioning. The audio is excellent. The video was obviously recorded on a potato. Forgive me, but let's see what she says.
I want to know what happened, the truth, because I do not believe that you have never had a conversation with Draco about this. Especially when I have two separate text message threads where you are saying, "I want the bitch dead."
I'm telling you,
you give the address. You say, "Start with his mama." Okay, you're pissed off. Great. That doesn't that doesn't make you innocent.
Okay.
All right? A lot of people do things when they're pissed off. But it happened exactly how you talk about in these text messages. Like, that's how it happened. You give the address.
Absolutely.
You pick him up unannounced and roll with him. You pick him up on a Wednesday, which is completely out of character. And you talk about, I'm going to duck off. Wait till we're ducked off. You say all that. It is you saying that.
Okay, listen.
So what else am I or a jury, like, it's there. Like, there's no, this is all text message, this is all electronic, this is all forever. There's no getting rid of it. So she's threatening to take your child. I'm sorry, you get pissed at Leslie. I apologize. You get pissed at Leslie. She is threatening to take custody of your child. And you say, "Kill her. I want the bitch dead." And you know what? She's dead. Her and Everett's 30th wedding anniversary was just Friday. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Every single week, Everett calls me and cries because he misses his wife. I can't believe that you guys never had a conversation about it. And no jury is going to believe that you know nothing about it, especially with all of this. Like, I've talked to Lucky. Lucky came off on it. Lucky admitted that he's the one that shot and killed her. He and Draco went there because you gave him the address.
Hold on.
Like, they're done. They're done. Lucky's getting a plea deal. He's getting a plea deal. Honesty is what has to come out of you right now, because I don't believe you're being completely honest with me. I believe you're giving me bits of truth, but not 100% truth. I've been doing this too long. I know when people are lying to me. And here's actually one of the biggest things. So you came up here the first time. You guys called me. Cool. Want to clear your name. I get it. Okay? Trying to get in front of things. Second time I
told me to do that.
Second time I call you, you're nervous as hell to come up here. You're scared. You're scared. Well, why do I need to come up there? Well, if you didn't do anything, why the fuck are you scared? You bring your mom up here with you.
I don't like.
Then the third time, you're petrified. You have me talk to your dad. You're almost 23 years old, and you're having me talk to your dad. Okay? I did that out of courtesy for you. Okay? You weren't even a suspect at that point. At all three of those, you were never a suspect in my book. Okay? I legitimately thought you didn't have anything to do with it. I was proven wrong. So then the fourth time I call you, because I actually want to understand all this, you refuse because you want to put it behind you. Well, it's hard to put something behind you when it's your child's grandmother that was murdered with information that you gave. You set it up. You were so pissed. You were so pissed at her that you set it up. You wanted her dead. I want that bitch dead. Kill her. You say it. No one else said it. You said it. You bought gun parts for the gun that was used to kill her. A Taurus G2C. You bought the laser for it. It says Taurus G2C. You bought that laser on your Amazon account for the person who killed Leslie Lawson. So it is time to stop pussyfooting around, and you need to tell the truth. You need to tell the truth, Isla. Stop protecting Kerwin. Stop protecting Lucky. It's time to come out with it. Do you understand me?
I'm understanding.
Okay. Tell me what happened. The truth.
Okay, tell you what happened when, like what day, like how it all started.
What happened the night that she was murdered?
Well, I don't know like what they did or this is all I know.
Tell me what you know.
Okay, all I know is they said, well, I ain't gonna say they said, this is what I know. This is what I heard. That Draco was the driver and Lucky was the shooter. They said that Lucky was made up a story talking about how his mom got in a car accident and that they was hurt. Being Leslie was vulnerable and stuff, she opened up the door and that's when she saw the gun or whatever and she started fighting him and trying to get him, being that she was, probably beating him up and stuff. He had no choice but to pull out the gun.
All right.
But the shooter, hold on.
I want to talk about that part. So hold your thought, and I want to talk about that specific part. Okay? So in our initial interview, you said, in our very first interview, okay? Very first, when you guys came up here, you and Kerwin both came up here. I didn't catch at the time, but after going through your interview again, you specifically started talking about, I heard that she fought with him, okay? But then you must have realized that's too much information, because how would I know that? Because I don't know anything about how she got killed, okay? Because no one witnessed it. Mm-hmm. Jamal didn't witness it. Everett didn't witness it. No one saw her get shot. You hear it on the 911 call, okay? Pop, pop, pop. You hear that. You're going to say, Everett, pop, pop, pop. 3 gunshots, okay? No one witnessed it, though. So who told you that she fought with him? Stop saying they. Give me a name. Who told you? How did you know that information? Because I didn't give it to you.
Okay, I was saying, I thought you did. If you didn't, I just assumed because she's in the Army or she was.
You specifically said in our initial interview,
I said it. I'm assuming. This is me assuming.
But you say, I was told. That's what you say in your initial interview. If you want, I can go get my computer and bring it up here and watch it. But you say, I was told that she fought them all, and then you cut yourself off. You stopped talking.
I mean, because everybody was saying stuff to me, putting stuff in my ear. I was talking to Everett. I was talking to Jamal. I wasn't even talking to Drake. He was avoiding me for some reason. But
well, why do you think he'd be avoiding you?
Well, I thought it was because his dad died, or he just wasn't into me. But now that I'm look,
His dad wasn't even dead yet.
look.
This
now
is
that I'm
this is 2 days after she's killed. This is the Sunday after. So she died on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's 3 days. Third day after she's killed. So this is Sunday. This is a Sunday when you and I talk. So Sunday, so second, third, fourth. Sunday, April 5th is when me, you, and Kerwin talked. Okay? So the candlelight hadn't even happened yet. I don't believe.
Yeah, me and you talked, the candlelight had already.
Okay, the candlelight had happened at that point.
Because that's when they had told me, and that's what made me like, okay, well, I get in touch with him myself.
I remember talking to you about it with your mom, but about being jumped and everything. Candlelight happened on a Friday or Saturday, the day before. So we hadn't spoken yet, and you said they told me that she fought back, which leads me to believe that at this point you've had a conversation with Lucky or Draco. I think you're a part of this world where, you talk to a total of 3 different guys in the JC right now, and they're all up for murder. Okay? 3 of them. Like, you're a part of this world where I don't get it. I don't understand it. Okay? But the police don't just go around indiscriminately charging people with murder. Okay? All right? I don't understand what's appealing about that lifestyle, what's appealing about these guys that, you talk to and all that. All 3 of them in there for murder. Blows my mind. Like, I don't get why that would be appealing. Okay? It just shows me that you're neck deep in this stuff, and you're just not willing to come off of it.
My thing is, I'm not protecting nobody. What do you want me to say? You want me to say they did it?
I want you to tell me truthfully what you know.
I'm telling you truthfully what I know.
Because you are too worried about protecting these people.
I'm not. I don't care about protecting them no more. Do you see what that look like? They pulling me.
You just told him you loved him the other day. Every time you talk to him, you tell him you love him. You're my best friend. I love you. You're my best friend. I love you. I ain't no snitch.
I'm telling you that I didn't have okay, what I was saying in those messages, okay, yes, I did say them because I was mad out of anger. I've never sat down and had a conversation with them, planned anything out, nothing like that. So my thing is, if they did this, even I know you saying it, I'm just talking. If they did this, they kept me out of it. Like, they didn't tell me nothing. So the only information that I know is from what you told me something. It's people's reactions and stuff that makes me think. Like, because I would sit and just be thinking, like, how could they have done this? If you told me that Lucky the one who did it, Draco was the one, okay, I'd probably say I said it was true. It could have been true. Something stupid like that. But my thing is, I wouldn't do nothing stupid like that. So it's like, okay, yeah, they probably could have did it. And then they had every motive.
So why would you need to say that you were not a snitch? You were not the anonymous tipper if you didn't know anything?
I did. What you mean?
Why would you need to clarify that you're not going to snitch if you got nothing to snitch on?
I don't have nothing to snitch. I wasn't clarifying that. I was saying that I'm not the snitch. Like, my thing is, I don't know nothing. So
why would you need to tell them?
Everybody kept calling me a snitch, and my thing is, I don't know.
But this was a conversation to Draco. You told Draco you weren't a snitch. Why would you need to reinforce to him that you're not a snitch if you don't know anything? Do you understand the logic there? You're telling him that you're not going to snitch on him, but how could you snitch if you're sitting here telling me that you don't know anything? I don't think
I could have told him that I was not going to snitch on him because I didn't know nothing. I was clearing it up, telling him, like, I was talking to him about it, like, everybody keep thinking I'm a snitch, this, that, and the third. And my thing is, how am I going to snitch on something that I don't know nothing about?
That isn't what you said, though. You're changing your words right now.
I'm telling you how I'm thinking. I'm telling you how I'm thinking when I said that.
You're very intelligent, Eyionna, because you're very good at reframing what you're saying. Okay? You're pretty good at it. All right? You're very good at catching yourself. This is not going to play well in the courts. This isn't. For someone who is sitting and facing life imprisonment, you don't even seem all that worried about it.
I am worried. I'm very terrified because my thing is I would do anything to make my name go free from this whole case. And you know that since day one. Okay.
I think that you will protect the gang. You will protect Draco and
gang.
Lucky.
I'm not in no gang.
I didn't say you're in a gang. Okay? But you were like this with Draco, and he is in the gang. He was, ahead of Lucky. Lucky needed permission from him to go forward. There was pre-planning and design in Leslie Lawson's murder. There were also other conversations outside of these text messages that occurred. Do you think that this is all I have? This is just all I'm telling you about. This is not something that you forget, okay? This is April 2nd, 2020 at 2:06 a.m. is not something that just, I'm not sure what the hell did happen that day. Because it's just like, you were a baby when it happened, but it's like 9/11 for me. I know exactly where I was and what happened and who I was with when the Twin Towers were hit, because it lives in infamy. You were just a few years old. Maybe you do remember something, maybe you don't. That's the same thing when your child's grandmother, your baby daddy's mom, is murdered, shot in the doorway of her home. There's no thinking about it. You know what happened.
Okay.
You know who you talked to.
Okay,
you know what conversations have happened. Because when you sit here and tell me, let me try to think of something. You know what that tells me? That means let me think of how I'm going to lie my way out of this. That is what that tells me. And that is what is going to tell a jury. You are very intelligent, Eyionna. You're not stupid. So if you're sitting on a jury and you see someone talking, you see a defendant talking, and they're saying, well, I don't know, let me think about it. It's hard for me to remember what happened. They're going to say bullshit. They are not going to believe a damn word that person, that defendant is saying, because it is burned into the recesses of our mind. Everyone who's involved in this, I know this case like the back of my hand, is all I have done since April 2nd, since I got the call on the early hours of April 2nd. I know exactly what has occurred. I know who did what. I know who's involved. And I'm never going to forget it. So you are intimately involved in this. She was someone who was in your life. Whether you meant to have it done or not, this shows that you did. Whether you were angry and you were just spouting off and you were just venting, she is still dead. She is dead by the people that you vented to. And I don't believe, and no one else is going to believe, that you never discussed it with them after the fact, because you even told them to get rid of evidence. You told them to delete what's on their phone.
Yes, because somebody told me to tell them. Somebody was telling me to delete shit off my phone.
Who was telling you to do that? Who was telling you to delete stuff off your phone?
They all was.
Why would you need to delete anything off your phone?
Because me and Draco used to share phones. Probably that, and the shit that I was seeing out of anger. They were telling me not to talk to people.
Who's they?
I was told not to.
Who's telling you this stuff? Stop using pronouns, use actual names. Who told you these things? You know the answer, so stop trying to think about it. Act like you're trying to think. Who told you? And who's your best friend? Who?
Draco.
What ought Draco tell you?
That's Like, okay, I know that they had to. He was just telling me to delete our messages. Like, he didn't want to talk to me.
He didn't want to talk to you more when? After she was dead or before?
After the fact, like, okay, so the last night that we was together, we got into a big argument. He basically was telling me, like, he had hurt all of us if I was to fuck my baby daddy again.
Who would hurt all of you? Who said that to you? I need you to use names. Use his name. Nickname's fine. I want to know exactly who you're talking about. Draco said he was going to hurt you. All of you. Is that what you said?
Yeah. But then I started getting threats from his other friends and family from Lincoln Heights.
And when was this happening? After she was dead or before?
After.
And you were getting threats. Why were you getting threats?
Because people was lying and saying that I had gave my baby daddy somebody's address to have them hold her and her kids at hostage. They were saying that I was a snitch. They were saying this. They were saying that. They were just saying a whole bunch of stuff. And yes, it was scaring me to the point to where he knew my location. He knew where I was at. He the only person that, well, him and my parents knew who I was with, like who actually was there for me, helping me, taking care of me, like trying to help me get back on my feet for my son's sake. I really had a true friend there for me, picking me up throughout this whole situation because although, yeah, look bad, I really didn't have nothing. I don't know nothing. So, yeah, and I was getting threats. I was scared for my life. People was trying to hurt me. I was always looking over my shoulder, wondering who was going to hurt me, shoot me, kill me. My son got threats and shit. I'm sorry. They was saying
you can cuss. It's not a problem.
My baby. So, yes, I was scared. And that's another reason why I said, if I know anything, if I find out anything, I wasn't going to say nothing. He's everything to me, and I'm trying my best to be the best person I can, stay away from people like that for him. That's another reason why I didn't want to talk to you, because I didn't want to be in the middle of it, not knowing that I'm in the middle of it. I promise you. So I understand.
Because you're scared for your life?
I am.
And who are you afraid would hurt you?
My baby daddy would hurt me. He recently, well, not recently, this year, but like the last year before the new year started, like he had hit me one day. He had held a gun up to my head. The people that, cool with my Draco and stuff, they don't like me. So yeah, it's hard. I haven't been out for real. Yesterday was the first time that I went out in a long time, and I actually had fun. Didn't look over my shoulder or nothing. Yeah. So yeah. I ain't have nothing to do with the planet. I promise I didn't. Yeah, I know it looked like it, but off of what you tell and everything that's going through my head right now.
So just to recap, just so I understand everything.
After
she was killed,
I started getting threats and I was scared.
But you said Draco told you to erase stuff off your phone? Is that what you said? Okay. Did he tell you specifically what to erase off your phone?
I didn't. So you got my phone. I didn't erase nothing because I was trying to put it together myself. And then when I was hearing that he was getting out of jail and stuff, I was going to sit down and have a conversation with him and make him confess to me or something. And if he would have confessed and said that he did, I would have stopped talking to him. But I couldn't believe it because, they say detectives play with your mind and things like that.
What's your passcode to your phone? What am I going to find in your phone?
I'm not even trying to be disrespectful or nothing. I'm going to find a whole bunch of nudes and shit, a whole bunch of nasty and probably mean things to other people. I mean, I do check on his little brothers and stuff and make sure they're good. Because I don't like talking about it. Like, I had to pick myself back up and go through that grieving by myself. And yes, it hurt. I know what I said in those messages, but that's not how I really feel. That's not the type of person I am. And it hurt.
The night she was killed, did you know they were going to do it?
I promise to God, I did not know.
After she was killed, did Draco ever admit to you that he was involved?
No.
Did Lucky admit to you?
No, I feel like I don't work.
Unfortunately, that I can't corroborate that. You know why?
No.
Because she put a fucking bullet through her head. So I have no idea. That's very convenient, unfortunately.
No.
You were told to delete stuff by Draco, correct? So, and that's something you said a few minutes ago, right? You said that he told you to delete stuff. Then why would you turn around and tell him to delete stuff?
It was just a reaction. It really was, because I really did. Because at first, I did believe that he had something to do with it, and I didn't want that to happen to me. Because that is my best friend. Well, it's because they assumed, like they just jumped to a conclusion and assumed, and basically.
It was a good assumption.
Yeah, it really was, and I should have listened, but yeah.
I'm gonna check on something. I will be right back. Okay. Another sheet, or would you want to put that on?
Well, that's still short sleeve.
Yeah. I'll get you another sheet. Okay.
I'm gonna be here for a while.
Well, we're probably not going to be too much longer in here.
Just be honest with me. Am I gonna be here for a while? Like
you're going to be going to JC. Yeah.
So I'm getting charged with all.
You are charged right now with complicity. And I'll explain to you about what's going to happen from here this point forward. You want another sheet, or you just want?
I'd say if we can just get this process going faster.
Okay. All right. Well, what I'd like to discuss with you now is a phone call that occurred between you and Draco in the early morning hours, about an hour after she was killed. Do you remember that phone call? What did you guys talk about in that call?
I asked him, did he do it? He said no. And I told him, well, they suspect you or whatever. Or no, I asked him, did he do it? He asked me, did they suspect him? And I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever, but I did, tell him, like, if they did to delete it, but that was just an instant thinking. They should never even said that.
So you told them on the phone if they did do it to delete stuff off their phone? Is that what you just said?
No, I was saying it because I knew that the police were going. If the police accused me and thought of anything, they would have took it on. Yeah. But I don't know. I just. Like
why would you want to protect him if he just?
I don't know. Like I was in shock. It was just in shock.
So after he told you he didn't do it, did you think he did it? Did you still think he did it?
Yeah, I basically was just trying to like play it off.
What was his attitude?
I mean, he was calm. He was calm. He was laughing like he was drunk. He told me he was drunk.
Okay. At this point, I'm not trying to get you to admit that you planned anything or anything like that. What I can't not believe is that you and Draco, after the fact, never had a conversation concerning her death and how she died and what his role was in that death.
I haven't because, for one, I don't want him to feel like, I ain't gonna say on to him or whatever, because, I even told my mom, if I find out that he really did, it's curtains for him, but being that, my mom came here with me and you told us that, so it's just like, I did want to fight and believe that, he didn't have nothing to do with it, but after today and thinking, it's just like, okay, well, there's no way around it that you didn't, and then you brought me down too. And, I'm going to speak on what I know on my behalf because I ain't have nothing to do with it, and you dragged me down. You damn near basically used me, played with me, and toyed with me. Like, and he already knew I was broke because I was damn near spending all my money trying to make sure he wasn't living in the streets and stuff like that. So, I don't know. I just feel like I just being played. Like,
How long was that phone call?
I don't even remember. I know it wasn't that long though. I know we didn't stay on the phone for hours, but the only reason I was thinking, like, he told me, like, if I was to ever fuck with my baby daddy again, if I was to ever fuck with my baby daddy again, that he was gonna hurt both of us, me and my baby daddy. And the night that I stopped fucking with him, when I went to Middletown, the reason why I went to Middletown or whatever, because he found something in my phone or whatever that made it look like I was fucking with my baby daddy on New Year's, and he got really mad, and we were putting our hands on each other, and I didn't.
So the night you went to Middletown, you and Draco got in a fight?
A really big fight, and that's probably the only thing like I could think about that would even be his motive and even make him mad enough to even do no stupid shit like that. Like, he just kept holding grudges. I kept telling everybody, like, he's not himself. I know my best friend. He's not himself.
So the night you went, which is Wednesday, which is actually the night before, which is the evening leading up to her murder, you got in a physical altercation with Draco. And then during this physical altercation, with this fight that you're having with Draco, what statements did he make concerning Leslie or Jamal during this fight?
He didn't make none. Like, we really got into it really bad. Like, messed up his sister's house, fought really bad. And I just grabbed my stuff and I left.
So there is a fight that ultimately, a physical fight between you and him, that ultimately is concerning Jamal. It's about Jamal because he thinks you're fucking with Jamal.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the reason for the fight, and he makes no statements concerning it.
None at all. I had left. I went to my house. I kept saying, I need to be around my family. You need to be around your family. I need to be around mine.
So he holds grudges unnaturally. He's always holding grudges, and he's got this grudge against Jamal.
He got anger issues.
He's got anger issues. Okay. He has anger issues.
Mm-hmm.
And he's pissed about Jamal, and this physical fight is about Jamal, and he doesn't make any statements about what he's going to do to Jamal or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it happens to be a couple hours before, because you Wednesday, April 1st. The evening of Wednesday, April 1st. She died at 2 a.m. April 2nd, Thursday, April 2nd. So just a few hours. So this fight happens just a few hours before Leslie's killed. So basically, you're explaining motive right now. He finds out that you're fucking, or at least it appears to be you're fucking around with Jamal. And then, so you have this big fight, physical fight with Kerwin, a couple hours before Leslie's dead. She turns up dead. Right after you had a fight that revolves around Jamal, and you never had a conversation after the fact. Like, I don't know what to tell you. No one's going to believe that. No one's going to believe it. No one is going to believe that you knew nothing. No one's going to believe, especially with these text messages and the other stuff that we have.
I know won't nobody believe me, but I mean, like, I'm not about to lie and say,
I don't want conversation. I don't want you to lie.
He told me that this is the truth. This is what I honestly, truly know. And yes, the last night that we did, before Leslie passed, we did argue about Jamal. he was going through my phone, I think, or he'd been thinking about it. He just felt some type of way. I don't know if he went through my phone or if he'd been thinking about it. He felt some type of way.
So that's the end of her police interview. Let me give you a quick snippet of Jamal's interview.
I said, don't open that door.
Okay.
And then, you know, I'm busy like 911.
Right.
I'm coming up the hallway. She said, Everett, he looks really hurt. And next thing you know, I heard her say Everett, and then that's when I heard the gun. Pow, pow. I don't know if it was 3 or 2, you know.
It was 3. So then, after you heard the pop, did you run back and get the gun from her side of the bed?
I think he already hit.
So you ran. It's okay if you ran and got it. Okay, so
I think
you ran in and got it.
I ran in and got it.
Okay, all right. So you ran the gun, but but on the 911 call, I hear you say, "Give me that, give me that, give me that," almost like he does have the gun, but you're trying to get it from him.
I think you might be right. Yeah.
So after you hear the shots, you run back and get the gun.
Yeah.
And I understand it's hard. So
Actually, yeah, I couldn't find it fast enough. You know what I'm saying?
in these type of situations, it's highly stressful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when we as humans go into these highly stressful situations, they call it code black, and like you have gaps in memory.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. And typically your memory will slowly come back
Yeah.
the further you get away from the
Right.
event.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Any information, you need to be tight-lipped. Any information needs to be passed on to me. If there is an emergency situation, you call 911. Okay?
I will be moving from the house.
Okay.
I think I'm moving back to Dayton.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
I just want to protect
sure.
my baby. That's what his mom wants me to do.
Yeah. So,
She wants me to protect her baby.
and so one of the best things to protect your baby at the moment, or baby at the moment, is to make sure that he doesn't do anything emotional or brash.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
If you find out that, hey, man, or whatever street name or whatever, you find out that whoever did this, you call immediately. All right? I'm going to give you my card with my direct line. And even if I'm not here, the voicemail goes to my phone, so I'll get the voicemail. If it is something that needs to happen right here and now, you call the main number, and the clerks will get a hold of me. They have my cell phone.
Got you.
Okay?
Got you.
All right.
Got you.
So, to conclude, Eyionna was sentenced to 15 years in prison for involuntary manslaughter. Police believed she was the mastermind behind it all. Maybe she was trying to get back at Jamal for treating her badly or whatever. Maybe it was the custody dispute. Maybe she did not like the grandmother, her mother-in-law, so to speak. But do you think a year later, her being the mastermind, do you think 15 years is worthy for what she did? I mean, who the hell buys the tools from Amazon? You muppet.
Murder. Police now say this woman is the mastermind of it all. Eyionna Leary is facing a complicity to murder charge tonight. It's for the death of Leslie Lawson. She was shot to death in her doorway last April. This is what her husband told us last year.
She was just an outright helping person. And, when this little young kid came to our door at about 2:30 in the morning, talking about me and my mama got into a car accident and we need help.
Investigators now say it was all a setup. Kerwin Hurd and a teen were arrested for the killing. Leary, didn't pull the trigger, but detectives say she organized it. Court documents show that she gave the 2 other suspects the Lawsons' address and told them, quote, "Start with the mama." The 2 had apparently been arguing over something in the days leading up to the murder. There was also a dispute between Hurd and Leslie's son.